right, so we're going to continue our discussion on functions today. This is operations of functions, and really it's not difficult. You just got to be careful, okay? You're going to be plugging things in, solving. If you go slow, generally it's not too bad. So this first thing, it gives us two functions. It gives us f of x is 4x squared plus 2 or minus 2x, and g of x is equal to 2x, and it wants us to perform the following operations. It says f of negative 2 on number 1. Well, that means we're going to use the function that uses f, and instead of x, we're going to plug in negative 2. Now, when you do this, I'm going to write it out. You could use your calculator. Remember, put whatever x is, negative 2, in parentheses, and make sure and put it in your calculator correctly. If you do that, you'll get that f of negative 2 equals 20. So just plug in and be careful. Now it says g of negative 1. That means we plug negative 1 in for x in the g equation. So 2 times negative 1 equals negative 2. And then you just kind of keep on going this way. Now, these are a little bit different. When you look at something that says f of g of 3 or has two functions involved, first look at the interior part. It's asking us to find g of 3. So let's find that first. Well, that's going to be 2 times 3, which equals 6. So then I'm going to look for f of 6. So I plug 6 into f, and then I go from there. So that would be, let's see, I got to see the equation. 4 times 6 squared minus 2 times 6. And if you throw that in your calculator, you get that out, you should get 32. So just be careful and go slow. Same thing on the next one, except for first we use the f function. So 4 times negative 1 squared minus 2 times negative 1. Don't forget your parentheses. If you do that correctly, you should get 6. Then I use that, and I find g of 6. Let's see if we plug that in. It's 2 times 6, and we get our answer is 12. And then we've got another one down here. I want you to try that one on your own. If you do it correctly, you should get 272. If you have any problems with that one, just let me know. So let's look at another kind. Now, this is going to look very similar to what we're going to do in a minute. If you look at number 6 and number 11, they're both f of g, or f plus g. 6 uses x, 11 actually uses a number. So they're a little bit different, so we'll get too bogged down in that. If we're doing f plus g of x, we're not plugging anything in, we're adding the two functions together. So 4x squared minus 2x, then plus g of x, 2x. Well, 4x squared minus 2x plus 2x means the 2x's cancel, and our answer is 4x squared. Let's look at number 7. F minus g. Now, you got to be careful here. This is going to be your 4x squared minus 2x, but when we subtract, always put what you're subtracting in parentheses. Now, in this one, it's not such a big deal. It will be a big deal in a minute. Well, I can take the parentheses off, and then I have negative 2x minus 2x. I got 4x squared minus 4x. Let's look at number 8. Now, this one's going to matter a lot about the parentheses. So it's g minus f. So 2x minus, and then in parentheses, 4x squared minus 2x. Now, since it's outside the parentheses, we need to distribute 2x minus 4x squared plus 2x. I can add the 2x's together, and you don't have to do this in this order, but negative 4x squared plus 4x, And that's our answer. And then you keep kind of working these in the same way. F times g means I'm going to take my f function, 4x squared minus 2x, and multiply it by my g function, 2x. So I just got a little distribution problem there. 4 times 2 is 8. X squared times x is x to the third. Negative 2x times 2x minus 4x squared. And then this one, this is probably the hardest one, but it's not too bad. F divided by g. That's 4x squared minus 2x divided by 2x. Now, it'd be tempting, to just cross out the 2x's, but you can't do that. What we're going to have to do is factor. I can take a 2x out of both of those. 4x squared divided by 2x is 2x. 2x divided by 2x is 1. Now I can cross out the 2x's, and I get 2x minus 1 as my answer, okay? Number 11, now we're doing these, but we're actually plugging in numbers. It's not really that different, but be careful. This means f of 0 plus g of 0. Now, luckily for us, if I plug in 0 for f, I get 0, and I get 0 for g. So the answer, I don't know why I put the theta there. So the answer is actually just 0, but be careful when you plug them in. You might actually have to show some work. Excuse me. Like this one right here, I have to find f of 4 and add it to g of 4. Well, f of 4 would be 4 times 4 squared minus 2 times 4. And then I can work this down. You do 4 squared is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. So really you can write it out like this, plus, and then I'm just going to write in my 2 times 4. You can throw that all in your calculator. I got 64. Essentially what happens is those cancel out. So, all right, let's look at number 13. We're almost finished. F of 2 minus g of 2. If I plug that one in, I get 4 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2. And then it's minus, in parentheses, it would be 2 times 2. And then when I work all that down, I got 8 for my answer. And then the very last one, f minus g of 4. Same thing, f of 4 minus g of 4. Just be careful when you're putting it in your calculator. And remember minus, and that's going to be 2 times 4. If you throw that in your calculator right, you should get 48. So again, not too bad, just kind of tedious. So be careful, watch your steps, and if you have any questions, let me know.